back, everybody, to another edition of Pure Picks. It's going to be the best bets edition for Hermansson's versus Pyfer. Joined here by my man Top G. How are you doing this afternoon?
Doing well, man. Not too bad. Last week wasn't too bad. We're in the green, so doing all right.
Yes, sir. Let's keep positive. Let's keep the train moving. This is going to be in my opinion, a tricky card. So I'm really excited to hear your thoughts, and I'm sure the pure pickers are excited to hear what your best bets are going to be. I think you have a few parlays for us, also a nice little bonus play. Let's start off with your first parlay. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so my first parlay, I got the over 1.5 on Wells and Griffin, the over 2.5 on Clark and Marcin Prachnio, and Pyfer as the last leg on that parlay.
Nice. So we got Max Griffin over 1.5 minus 260. We got over 2.5 Clark minus 175 and Joe Pyfer minus 155 right now. We got that at a plus 203. Pretty nice odds right there. Could you explain your thought process with each of these legs in the parlay? Let's start off with the Wells over.
Yeah, so the Wells over, the way I see this one, I think this fight can extend with a lot of grappling. And I think Max Griffin's defense should hold up to last at least a round and a half. And he has better stand up and he has higher IQ in terms of the stand up. Wells is kind of wild with his strikes, and I think Max will be able to see them coming and defend those. And as far as the grappling and submissions for Wells, I think Max is much more formidable than the past fighters that Wells has faced in terms of finding the positions to get a submission on. And Wells has gone the distance or longer than 2 rounds in his past fights. And I just think Max Griffin is a better opponent in terms of defending those type of power moves that Wells brings.
Awesome. I really like that over actually. Over 1.5 minus 260 right now. Open up at minus 205. So you're going the direction that most people are going in terms of putting the money and the units in here. What about the next leg that you have, the Clark over 2.5?
So Clark and Prachinio, I think this fight, I think both of these fighters, they seem like they're likely to go to a decision. Both of these guys aren't really finishers. From what I see, Clark is more of uses more grappling, and Prachnio, he kind of likes to go in and out with that karate style with not no crazy power in his striking. And I'm banking on both of these guys survivability in these rounds, and I think this fight can grind to a decision.
Awesome. That opened up at minus 145. Currently it's minus 175. And the last leg, what you got on Bodybagz here? What's your intel?
Yeah, so this I'm riding the momentum here. I think I think Pyfer just has that different it factor to him at this stage of his career. And I know he hasn't fought the greatest names out there, but I just think from each fight we see improvements. We see him having showcase of more full MMA skill set, in my opinion. And we continue to see new wrinkles in his game. And in this fight, we might be able to see a new wrinkle to his game. Maybe he'll be able to go 5 rounds if it needs to go that far. And I wouldn't be surprised if he can win a decision, honestly. And we see him leveling up by each fight. And he's going up against a vet, Jack Hermansson, who he's going to have that annoying movement and volume, awkward in and out style. And he has the cardio to go 5 rounds. but I don't see any obvious threat coming from Jack that would stop Pyfer's game plan going in. But yeah, I'm just riding Pyfer's momentum. I don't think Jack is getting any better. He might be on the decline, and that's how I see this fight. I think Pyfer's going to level up.
For sure. And once again, that's plus 203. So three leg parlay gets you 2 to 1 odds. Not bad in terms of a parlay right there. What would you recommend in terms of unit sizing? What do you got for that?
For this is 3 legs, so I'm probably only going to limit to 1 unit
Yes.
because I already have another another bet with Pyfer that I already placed last week. So that's probably my main bet with Natalia Sylvan Pyfer that's still alive. So yeah, before that bet, I think going into this fight, I mean this card, it's kind of tricky picking sides in my opinion, and it looks like the over unders are much easier for me to pick in this card.
Awesome, awesome. And yeah, let's talk about some of those over unders. I know you got a few more. Let's go with your second parlay. What do you got for that one?
Yeah, the second parlay, it's basically the same thing as the Pyfer parlay. So I got the over on the Wells and the over on the Clark. And then instead of Pyfer, I'm locking in Lookboonmee.
Mm,
And yeah, I like the way she fights.
nice, nice. And right now that's plus 195, so pretty similar odds. We already went through both of those overs. What kind of thought process made you want to put Loma into this third leg of the parlay?
So for this one, I was just really just looking at the styles that they fight, and it seems like Bruna Brazil struggles fighting on the back foot with pressure coming at her. And Loma Lookboonmee checks all those boxes, and she's going to be pressuring. She has the nice Muay Thai, varied attacks, being able to get in the clinch and even find takedowns. So, in my opinion, I think Lookboonmee kind of has a more complete game, and even being there is going to be a length disadvantage in the height in this fight, but I think Luke Boonley will be able to find her range in this one. She'll be able to move around, get in, get in close, and stuff the strikes of Bruna Brazil and trying to just crowd her. I think she'll be able to crowd her in this fight, and I think it's just a clearer path for Loma to win and put Bruna on the back foot in this one.
Nice. Well, how do you think Loma's going to win? Just curious on what do you think the method of victory is going to be?
Uh, I can see like a ground and pound. This could possibly go to the ground. She might be able to take down Brazil, get inside, and ground and pound or a decision. I think maybe those are the 2 ways that I think this could go. So Luke Boonmee, ground and pound, or a possibly unanimous decision.
Got it. Okay, cool. And let's move on to, I think you had another bonus play for us. It includes a couple of those over kind of under plays that you want to talk about. Let's hear it. Let's see what the bonus play is. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so these over unders are the ones that are I'm less confident in, but they're a reason why they're a bonus because I think they're still could be good plays. I got the Hyder over 2.5 against Fernie, and I got Pauga the over 1.5 against Guskov, and the Oki over 1.5. But I think they they put it to over 2.5.
Yep, yep. Just put that in for now. Oh yeah, they can't even. Forgot you can't even parlay that yet. I think it's too new because it just released, so we'll see what happens there after that. let's just go with the two legs for now.
Mhm.
Fernie Garcia over 2.5 is minus 225. Zach Pauga over 1.5 minus 110. Parlay those two legs together, you get plus 176. So I know that you said you like both these overs. What has you thinking over for Pauga? Let's start with that one.
So this one, Guskov, um, after that last fight, he kind of has, he kind of, he might be a fraud,
Mhm.
and Pauga's been in there with some killers already, and Guskov he may look kind of predictable enough in the striking for Paga to avoid the early round dangers. And in my opinion, I think Paga's pretty durable, and he's not really an easy finish. He only has that KO loss to Usman, who's a who's a very big and powerful guy, and uh, and I think Pauga also doesn't have the power to finish a Guskov early. So that's why I see this one going over 1.5. And in terms of who wins, I'm kind of like back and forth. I'm leaning Guskov, but I don't know. Guskov didn't come through last time for me. So yeah,
Got it. Okay. And what about the second leg that you have, the Fernie over 2.5?
the Fernie over 2.5. I think we've seen Hyder. He's able to go the distance. He's able to grind out wins, and whether it's grappling or striking, he's in there through and through. He doesn't give up. And as for Fernie, we've seen he's proven to be resilient against higher caliber UFC fighters. Just not he just hasn't been able to have winning fights and win rounds, or we haven't seen him to be able to win, but he's able to survive. So this fight, I could see this going to distance, and Fernie's probably faced tougher competition, but Hyder's no slouch in this one.
Got it. And yeah, that's actually the over 2.5 opened up at minus 155. And now it's minus 225. So there's like actually some instant line movement to make it a 2-1 odds, and that's where it's settled ever since then. Nice. I mean, I actually like both of those overs, honestly. Kind of wish I thought of those instead of because I actually changed my pick. I think I'm going Gustav. I know I said in the breakdown that I was going Pauga, but I feel like that over 1.5 might be better value, honestly, because it could be a close fight. And yeah, the over 2.5 could be good too, because I think Hyder does have a really good chin on him. And this is going to be Fernie coming up to, 145. So might be a little tough to finish either way. Awesome. Well, any other plays that, you had for us that you just thought of other than the ones that you just talked about?
Um, Not really. I mean, I'm probably only gonna play not that much units on this one, probably only 2 to 3 units on these three leg parlays. But if you're a if you're a brave one, you might just do a little rocket ship play of point 0.1 to point 0.2 units and just parlay all of them or take out 2 to 3 of them. Man, I don't know what rocket ship juice that will give you, but I wouldn't bet a lot on it.
Awesome. Let me check for you, man. So minus 260 with the Wells, Clark over 2.5, Pyfer, got Loma, and then I'll throw in your two little bonus ones right there as well with the Pauga over and Hyder. See what odds those get. So six legger. It's a 10x, so you get plus 1,034. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay.
Yeah. 10th of a unit. It's not bad, right? You know, honestly, I can't recommend it just because that it goes against my
Yeah.
principle of going like even over four. I think it's still sketch, so I like to keep mine three. at least. But if you're feeling lucky, you feeling look like you like all these plays, and they might cash all of them. Maybe 10 for a unit's not bad. Who knows? It might cash. That's why we call them moonshot rocket ships, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that about does it for the best bets video from Top G. We're going to continue to kind of see if there's any data coming in throughout the week, and obviously we'll be making some of our plays on Bet MMA tips. Hopefully, get some good locks in there. For Top G and myself, wish you guys all best of luck for this week. I think it's going to be a very intriguing card, even though there's a lot of fights. And I'm looking forward to Volkanovski versus Ilya Topuria next week. So, yeah, that's where my attention is probably going to be after this fight card. We'll see you guys later. Once again, best of luck.